I'm starting, eh? Hari Om all. We are ready to begin this evening's satsang. We'll do purification, sprinkle water. Om pavitraha pavitro va sarvavasthangatopi va yah smaret pundarikaksham sabahya bhyantaraha suchi. Sip water from the palm of your right hand 3 times. Om Keshavaya Namaha. Om Na Om Narayanaya Namaha. Om Madhavaya Namaha. Rinse your hands. Om Hrishikeshaya Namaha. Om Govindaya Namaha. Om Madhusudanaya Namaha. Now put on kus ring on the ring finger of the right hand. Om Pavitresto Vaishnavyo Saviturva Prasvautpunam Chidrena Pavitrena Suryasya Rashmabhi Tasyate Pavitrapate Pavitraputasya Yatkama Pune Tachakeyam. Now apply a Chandan Tika to your forehead using your thumb. Om Chandanam Bandute Nityam Pavitram Papanasanam Apadam Harite Nityam Lakshmir Vasati Sarvada. If your chirag hasn't been lit, light it now. Om Bodhipatvam Brahma Rupa Andhakara Nivaraka Imam Yaktam Pujam Grihastejo Pravardhaya. Om Deepaya Namaha. We are now going to do Ved mantras. You can follow on the screen or in your Lakshmi Narayan book that you may have with you. Om. 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 Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Dhyan Moolam Gurur Murti, Puja Moolam Guru Padam. Mantramulang Gurur Vakyam, Mokshamulang Guruhu Kripa. Om Swastina Indro Vridashavaha, Swastina Pusha Vishwavedaha, Swastina Starkshorarishta Nemihi, Swastino Brihaspatir Dadhatu. Om Payah Prithivyam Payah Oshadhishu Payo Divyantarikshe Payodhaha Payaspatihi Pradishaha Santu Mahyam. Om Vishnoratamasi Vishno Shnaptresto Vishno Surasi Vishnordhruvasi Vaishnavamasi Vishnavetva. Om Agnir Devata Vato Devata Suryo Devata Chandrama Devata Vasavo Devata Rudra Devata Ditya Devata Maruto Devata Vishwe Deva Devata Brihaspatir Devatendra Devata Varuno Devata. Om Dyoho Shantirantariksha Gun Shanti पृथिवी शान्तिरापः शान्तिरोषधयः शान्तिः वनस्पतयः शान्तिर्विश्वे देवाः शान्तिर्ब्रह्मा शान्तिः सर्वगुण शान्तिः शान्तिरेव शान्तिः सामा शान्तिरेधि। ओम विश्वानि देव सवितर्दुरितानि परासुव यद्भद्रं तन्न आसुव सुशान्ति भवतु। ॐ आनो भद्रः क्रतवो यन्तु विश्वतो दब्धासो अपरितासो उद्भिदः देवानो यथा सदमित्प्रिधे असन्न प्रायुवो रक्षितारो दिवे दिवे। ओम देवानां भद्रा सुमतिर्यजूयतां देवान् गुङ्रातिरभिनो निवर्ततां देवानाग्वं सख्यम् उपसेदिमा वयं देवान् आयुः प्रतिरन्तु जीवसे। ओम तान् पूर्वया निविदाहुमहे वयं भगं मित्रम् अदितिं दक्षमश्रिधम् अर्यमनं वरुणगं सोममश्विना सरस्वती नः सुभगामयस्करत्। ओम तन्नो वातो मयो भुवातु भेषजं तन्माता पृथिवी तत्पिता द्योः तद्ग्रावाणः सोमसुतो मयो भुवस्तदश्विना शृणुतन् धिष्ण्यायुवम्। ओम तमीशानं जगतस्तस्तु शस्पतिं धियन् जिन्वमवसे पूमहे वयम् पूषानो यथा वेद साम सद्वृधे रक्षिता पायुर्दब्धः स्वस्तये। ओम स्वस्ति न इंद्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्योररिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ओम पृषदश्वा मरुतः पृश्निमातरः शुभं यावानो विदथेषु जग्मयः अग्निजिह्वा मनवः सूरचक्षसो विश्वेनो देवा अवसागमन्मिह। ओम भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवा भद्रं पश्येम अक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवाग्वंसस्तनुभिर्व्यशेमहि देवहितं यदायुः। ओम शतमिन्नु शरदो अन्ति देवा यत्रानश्चक्र जरसन्तनूनां पुत्रासो यत्र पितरो भवन्ति मानो मद्यारि ऋषितार्युर्गन्तोः। ओम अदितिर्द्योर अदितिर अंतरिक्षम अदितिर माता स पिता स पुत्रः विश्वे देवा अदितिः पंचजना अदितिर जातम अदितिर्जनित्वम्। ओम ऋचं वाचं प्रपद्ये मनो यजुः प्रपद्ये साम प्राणं प्रपद्ये चक्षुः श्रोत्रं प्रपद्ये पागौ जः सहोजो मयि प्राणपानौ। ओम तम पत्नीभिरनुगच्छेम देवाः पुत्रैर्भ्रातृभिः उत वा हिरण्यैः नाकं गृभनानः सुकृतस्य लोके तृतीये पृष्ठे अधिरोचने दिवः। ओम आयुष्यं वर्चस्य ग्वंग्राय स्पोषमोद्भिदम् इदग्वं हिरण्यं वर्चस्व जयत्राय विशताद्युमाम्। ओम द्योः शान्तिरन्तरिक्षगुं शान्तिः पृथिवी शान्तिरापः शान्तिरोषधयः शान्तिः वनस्पतयः शान्तिर्विश्वे देवाः शान्तिर्ब्रह्म शान्तिः सर्वगुण शान्तिः शान्तिरेव शान्तिः सामा शान्तिरेधि। ओम यतो यतः समीहसे ततो नो अभयं कुरु शन्नः कुरु प्रजाभ्यो भयन्न पशुभ्य। ओम शांति शांति सुशांतिर्भवतु। ओम हे हे रंब त्वमेहि अंबिका त्र्यंबकात्मज सिद्धि बुद्धि पतित्रक्ष लक्ष लाभ पितुः पितः नागास्य नागहारत्वं गणराजा चतुर्भुज भूषितः स्वायुधैर्दिव्यैः पाशाङ्कुशपरश्वधैः आवाहयामि पूजार्थं रक्षार्थं च मम कृतोः इहागत्य गृहाण त्वं पूजां क्रतुं च रक्ष मे। ओम मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयुक्तमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शरणं प्रपद्ये अञ्जनिगर्भसम्भूतं कपीन्द्रं सच्चिवोक्तमं रामप्रियं नमस्तुभ्यं हनुमान रक्ष सर्वदा। ओम ध्यायेदाजानुबाहुं धृतशरधनुषं बद्धपद्मासनस्थं पीतं वासोवसानं नवकमलदलस्पर्धिनेत्रं प्रसन्नं वामाङ्कारूढा सीतामुखकमलमिललोचननीरदाभं नाना अलङ्कारदीप्तं ददत गुरुचटमण्डलं रामचन्द्रम्। ओम यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्र रुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थितः तद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुः सुरासुरगणः देवाय तस्मै नमः। ओम वसुदेव सुतं देव कंसचानूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानंदं कृष्णं वंदे जगद्गुरुं मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वंदे परमानन्दमाधवम्। ओम शांतं पद्मासनस्थं शशधरमुकुटं पंचवक्त्रं त्रिनेत्रं शूलं वज्रं च खड्गं परशुम् अभयदं दक्षिणाङ्गे वहन्तं नागपाशं च घण्टां डमरुकसहितं अंकुशं वामभागे नाना अलङ्कारदीप्तं स्फटिकमणिनिभं पार्वतीशं नमामि। ओम या कुंदेन्दु तुषारहार धवला या शुभ्र वस्त्रावृता या वीणा वरदंड मंडितकरा या श्वेत पद्मासना या ब्रह्मा अच्युत शंकर प्रभृतिभिर्देवैः सदा वंदिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा। ओम लक्ष्मी क्षीर समुद्र राजतनयां श्रीरंगधामेश्वरीं दासी भूत समस्त देव वनितां लोकैक दीपांकुरां श्रीमन्मंद कटाक्ष लब्ध विभव ब्रह्मेन्द्र गंगाधरां तां त्रैलोक्य कुटुंबिनीं सरसिजां वंदे मुकुंद प्रियाम्। ओम सीताराम पवन सुत हनुमान राधे कृष्ण की जय। चालीसा और भजन।
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मनु मुकुर सुधारी भरनौ रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायकु फलचारी बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार। जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम जय सिया राम जय जय हनुमान जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम जय सिया राम जय जय हनुमान।
जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर।
राम दूत अतुलित बल धामा, अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा।
महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी, कुमत निवार सुमति के संगी।
कंचन वरण विराज सुवेशा, कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा। जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम, जय सिया राम जय जय हनुमान।
हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे, कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे।
शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन, तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन।
विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर, राम काज करिबे को आतुर।
प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम, जय सिया राम जय जय हनुमान।
सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा।
भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे, रामचंद्र जी के काज सवारे।
लाय सजीवन लखन जियाई, श्री रघुवीर हरषि उर लाई।
रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही सम भाई। जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम, जय सिया राम जय जय हनुमान।
सहस बदन तुमरो जस गावे, अस कई श्रीपति कंठ लगावे।
सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा, नारद सारद सहित अहिसा।
यम कुबेर दिक्पाल चाहते, कवि को विद कही सके कहते।
तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा, राम मिलाया राजपद दीन्हा। जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम, जय सिया राम जय जय हनुमान।
तुम्हारो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना।
युग सहस्त्र जो जन पर भानु, लीन्यो ताहि मधुर बन जानु।
प्रभु मुद्रिका मेली मुख माई, जल्दी लांगी गई अचरज नाई।
दुर्गम काज जगत की जीती, सुगम अनुग्रह तुमरी प्रीति। जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम, जय सिया राम जय जय हनुमान। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे।
सब सुख लहई तुम्हारी सरना, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना।
आपन तेज समारो पे, तीनों लोक हाँकते कांपे।
भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम, जय सिया राम जय जय हनुमान।
नासे रोग हरे सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा।
संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे।
सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा।
और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोए अमित जीवन फल पावे।
जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम, जय सिया राम जय जय हनुमान।
चारों युग प्रताप तुम्हारा, हे प्रसिद्धि जगत उजियारा।
साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे।
अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि के दाता, असवर दीन जानिके माता।
राम रसायन तुमरे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा।
जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम, जय सिया राम जय जय हनुमान।
तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे।
अंत काल रघुबरपुर जाए, जहाँ जन्म हरि पथ कहाए।
और देवता चित न धरई, हनुमत से ही सर्व सुख करई।
संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा।
जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम, जय सिया राम जय जय हनुमान।
जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई।
जो सच बात बात कर कोई, चोटी ही बंद महासुख होई।
जो यहाँ पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होया सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा।
तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, की जयनाथ फिरे महादेरा।
जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम, जय सिया राम जय जय हनुमान। पवन तनय संकट हरना, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुरभूप। सियावर रामचंद्र पद गए रहो, उमापति शंभुनाथ पद गए रहो। महावीर बजरंग बली पद गए रहो, शरणागत हरि। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम।
पति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम।
रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम।
पति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम।
सीताराम सीताराम, भज मन प्यारे सीताराम।
सीताराम सीताराम, भज मन प्यारे सीताराम।
रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम।
पति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम।
ईश्वर अल्लाह तेरो नाम, सबको सन्मति दे भगवान।
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 रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम।
पति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम।
तन मन कर्म वचन से जान, भज प्यारे तू सीताराम।
तन मन कर्म वचन से जान, भज प्यारे तू सीताराम।
तन मन कर्म वचन से जान, भज प्यारे तू सीताराम।
तन मन कर्म वचन से जान, भज प्यारे तू सीताराम।
रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम।
पति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम।
जीवन मंत्र ये कर लो ध्यान, भज मन प्यारे सीताराम।
जीवन मंत्र ये कर लो ध्यान, भज मन प्यारे सीताराम।
जीवन मंत्र ये कर लो ध्यान, भज मन प्यारे सीताराम।
जीवन मंत्र ये कर लो ध्यान, भज मन प्यारे
रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम।
पति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम।
सीताराम सीताराम, भज मन प्यारे सीताराम।
सीताराम सीताराम, भज मन प्यारे सीताराम।
रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम।
पति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम।
Now we're doing Bhagavad Gita, chapter 5, verse number 24. I think you've got the wrong chapter there. Can you just confirm with me? Are we doing chapter 5, verse 24? Yeah. So we're going to, if you have Bhagavad Gita with you, please follow in that. We seem to have some technical difficulties. In the meantime, we will read this verse. Yontah sukhontararamas tathantar jyotir evayah sa yogi brahma nirvanam ब्रह्म भूतोऽधिगच्छति। फिर एक बार, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, योऽन्तः सुखोऽन्तरारामस् तथान्तर्ज्योतिरेव यः स योगी ब्रह्म निर्वाणं ब्रह्म भूतोऽधिगच्छति. Let's look at some of the words here. Yo, the first word, yo का अर्थ है जो व्यक्ति, जो मनुष्य, that person. अंतः सुख, अंतः का माना अंदर से, सुख जो अंदर से सुखी है, और अंत आराम आत्मा में स्थित है. ही इज एस्टेब्लिश्ड विद इन. सह योगी, दैट योगी के आत्मा परमात्मा से युक्त है, परमात्मा से युक्त है. और ब्रह्म निर्वाणम, ब्रह्म निर्वाणम जो शांत ब्रह्म को प्राप्त है. He achieves liberation. और ब्रह्म भूतः, self realized, he becomes Brahman, not in the external world, in other words. तो जो व्यक्ति अंतर आत्मा में सुख प्राप्त है, जो आत्मा में स्थित है, जो आत्मा में प्रकाशित है, वह मोक्ष प्राप्त करते हैं और ब्रह्म को प्राप्त होता है. So he whose happiness is within, who rejoices within, who is illumined within. So happiness is within, he rejoices within, and he is illuminated from within. That yogi, that person is referred to as a yogi. That yogi, being one with Brahman. Being one with Brahman means he is different from Brahman, but he becomes one with Brahman. Brahman is the supreme. So such a person, such a yogi, attains liberation, or you could say he is in divine consciousness. When we are in divine consciousness, then we are not in mundane consciousness. And that state is referred to as liberation, where you are completely immersed in the divinity. So this verse, thank you, Dhiraj Bhai. This verse emphasizes inner happiness, antaha sukha. So, as opposed to happiness that results from contact with the senses, so a person of perfection, a yogi, is not under the control of the external world. This does not mean that he is not operating in the world. It does not mean that he is not interacting with the external world, but he is not under the control of the external world. So his happiness is not generated by the three gunas. His happiness is not generated by the objects and events in the outside world. Because such happiness that is dependent on the outside world is temporary, अनित्य है. आज है तो कल नहीं रहेगा, कल था तो आज नहीं है. So if we had the happiness in the past, it probably has ended. If we have it today, it will end soon. It is anitya. So it is that happiness that is associated with the outside world, with the material world, with the environment we find ourselves in. That happiness is not within our control. And therefore, it can change at any time. It is temporary. वह खुशी दूसरों पर निर्भर है या दुनिया पर निर्भर है. That happiness is dependent on others. That happiness is dependent on the outside world. So happiness which is dependent on the external sphere, on the outside world, is temporary. And perhaps an example will help us to understand this. Let's supposing a person wins a large sum of money and he begins to think, I am so happy I've got all of this money. Then friends and relatives hear that he came into this sudden large amount of money. Then they become needy and they approach him for help, for money. And he begins to doubt whether they genuinely need it. He has to protect his newfound wealth from burglars. Before he gives money to friends and relatives, he has to firstly ascertain, do they really need it, or are they taking advantage of the fact that I've got so much of money? Then I said he has to protect from burglars and other people, other thieves and criminals, since he is now more at risk from these burglars. When he didn't have so much of money, the risk wasn't so high. But now that he has a lot of money, there is greater risk of him being burgled or being hijacked, etc. So he also, because he has got so much more money now, he now has to pay more tax. So he now looks for ways to reduce the amount of tax that he pays. And all of this fact that so many people are asking him for money, the fact that thieves want to steal from him, the fact that he has to try and cut back on his tax payments, is this his happiness? That happiness has ended. The happiness that he had when he won all this money is now reduced, and it has, in many cases, it ends. And it is his circumstances that controlled how he felt. So the circumstance of having a lot of money, when it first occurred, he felt happy. When that circumstance changed, and now he has this fear, so the happiness is no more there. Take another example. A person hears a vibrant song that reminds him of his wonderful childhood, and he dances joyfully to the tune of that song. Let's supposing he's hearing that on one of the radio stations. And the song immediately after this wonderful, joyful song, the song immediately after that reminds him of a very dear relative who passed away. And he begins to cry. So the songs that were being played controlled his happiness and what is opposite to happiness. Right? So his happiness and his sorrow was not in his control. It was in the control of the outside world. However, a yogi, this verse says, a sincere sadhak, he renounces the thrills of emotions available in the outside world. So if you think about this, it seems like it is a very boring situation, a very boring life to live when you don't get excited about the thrills from the outside world, the emotions that come about. It gives a feeling, a situation that makes you feel empty, that you cannot respond to all of this. So understand that even when we are free of all pain, physical pain, we haven't reached the highest state of contentment. Being free from physical pain does not mean we are happy. So to achieve inner happiness, we need to remove the influence of the world of objects outside. And simultaneously, at the same time, we need to experience within ourselves the sense of security and bliss, secure in the knowledge that Bhagwan is in control, and blissful that we are always interacting with Bhagwan. So that security and bliss comes when the individual self, the individual Atma, is established in the highest self, in Paramatma. So the joy that results when the individual self is established in the highest self, in Paramatma, that joy is not fleeting, but is constantly experienced. So, how do you reach such a state? Bhagavad Gita will explain further later on, but let's try to understand this. So, we must continue engaging in the world. This verse is not telling us that take yourself to a forest and do not interact with the outside world. It is saying, continue engaging in this world, perform your dharma, perform your duties without attachment to the result. So the result too must not be the source of our happiness or the source of our joy or sorrow. So we should experience happiness that comes from working or doing our duty as an offering to Bhagwan, not because the result is good or the result is bad. The focus must be on performing your duty as an offering to Bhagwan, however inconvenient or pleasant it may be. If that work is offered, is done as an offering, as worship to Bhagwan, then it gives inner happiness. In another verse you'll come across in Bhagavad Gita, it says, Yat karoshi, yat ashnashi, yat chuhoshi dadasi, yat tapasyasi kaunteya, tat kurushva mad arpanam. Bhagwan says that whatever you do, whatever you say, whatever you give in dan, whatever tapasya you engage in, do all of that, mad arpanam, and offer it to me. So remembering God in our daily activities becomes a source of happiness. So the source of happiness is not the consequence of our activities. It is the source of our happiness is completely reliant on the manner in which we perform our duties, our activities. If these activities are performed with a sense of offering to Bhagwan, then that is the source of our happiness. Bhagwan is the source of our happiness, because we are always interacting with Bhagwan in whatever we are doing. So this happiness is not reliant on the outside world. It is reliant on how I feel when I'm doing my duty, and whether Bhagwan is a part of that. So if we make Bhagwan a part of everything that we do, that becomes a source of inner happiness. Sure? We're now going on to the Ramcharitmanas, Ramayana. We'll begin with the invocation. Jehi sumirat siddhi hoy sitaram, gananayak kari baravadana, karo anugraha soy sitaram, buddhi rashi subh gun sadana, मूक होई वाचाल सीताराम, पंगु चढ़ई गिरिवर गहन, जासु कृपा सुदयाल सीताराम, द्रवौ सकल कलिमल दहन, नील सरोरुह श्याम सीताराम, तरुण अरुण बारिज नयन, करो सुमम उरधाम सीताराम, सदा क्षीर सागर शयन, कुंद इंदु समदेह सीताराम, उमा रमन करुणा अयन, जाहि दीन पर नेह सीताराम, करो कृपा मर्दन मयन, बंधौ गुरुपद कंज सीताराम, कृपा सिंधु नर रूप हरि, महामोहतम पुंज सीताराम, जासु वचन रवि कर निकर, सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय। कथा आरंभ होत है, सुनो वीर हनुमान रामा, सुनो वीर हनुमान, आसन को प्रभु आइए, सिया सखा सहित भगवान, सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय। बालकांड दोहा 236। जानी गौरी अनुकूल, सियहि हर्ष न जाई कही, मंजुल मंगल मूल, बाम अंग फरकन लगे, सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय। हृदय सराहत सीय लोनाई, गुरु समीप गवने दो भाई, राम कहा सब कौशिक पाही, सरल स्वभाव छुअत छल नाही। सुमन पाई मुनि पूजा कीन्ही, पुनि आशीष दुहु भाई निदीन्ही। सुफल मनोरथ होहु तुम्हारे, राम लखन सुनि भये सुखारे। करि भोजनु बर विज्ञानी, लगे कहन कछु कथा पुरानी। विगत दिवस गुरु आय सुपाई, संध्या करन चले दो भाई। प्राची दिसी ससी उयऊ सुहावा, सिय मुख सरिस देखी सुख पावा। बहुरी विचारु कीन्ह मन माही, सीय बदन समधिम कर नाही। जन्म सिंधु पुनि बंधु विषु, दिन मलिन सकलंक। सिय मुख समता पाव किमी, चंदु बापुरेउ अंक रंक। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय। तो यहाँ सीता माता गौरी मंदिर में पूजा कर चुकी थी। कहते हैं कि जानी गौरी अनुकूल, सिय हर्ष न जाई कही। गौरी जी को अनुकूल जानकर सीता जी के हृदय को ही जो हर्ष हुआ वह कहा नहीं जा सकता है। सो अंडरस्टैंडिंग or knowing that Gauri Mata was favorable, anukul, favorable towards her, Sita Mata was very, very pleased, very happy. What does this mean? She prayed to Gauri Mata and she left everything to her. In other words, she did her puja and said, it is now in the hands of Gauri Mata. And the message that she received, if I can say, what she understood by looking at the Murti and Gauri Mata's form, the smile, the flower garland, etc., she was confident that Gauri Mata will ensure the best outcome for her. In other words, there was no doubt in her mind that whatever is going to happen now will be in her favor, will be to her benefit, will satisfy her. Why? Because she has completed her puja to Gauri Mata, and that is the kind of message, subtle message that she is receiving. So when we do puja, we must have no doubts that Bhagwan will deliver. We must be confident when we are doing this puja. There should never be kuch shankha nahi hona chahiye. There mustn't be any doubt that I wonder, I did so much puja, I wonder whether Bhagwan will fulfill my puja. Will he give what I require? Even before doing the puja, we must be confident that Bhagwan knows best what is good for us. Right? So this is how Sita Mata responded. And Manjul Mangal Mool Bam Anga Parkan lage. So her left side began to twitch, which is considered in tradition to be a good sign for women. Right? Hriday Sarahat Siya Lonai. So Hriday mein, now what's happening to Sri Ramchandra ji? हृदय में सीता जी के सौंदर्य की सराहना करते हुए, so in his mind and in his heart, he appreciated the beauty of Sita Mata. He praised her, in other words, within himself. He did not make this praise public. It was for his own contentment. It was his own thinking. This is what he's thinking about, how beautiful Sita Mata is. So he has done this. So in his mind and in his heart, he is appreciative of Sita Mata's beauty. तो दोनों भाई गुरु जी के पास गए. So both the brothers, Ram and Lakshman, went to Guruji. Where had they gone to all this time? They had gone to the garden to get flowers for Guruji's puja. तो श्री रामचंद्र जी ने विश्वामित्र जी से सब कुछ कह दिया. He explained everything to his Guru Vishwamitra. So before doing this, what did he do within his heart? He expressed his appreciation for Sita Mata's beauty. So the love that Sri Ram felt towards Sita Mata was reflected in the fact that he could not stop thinking and appreciating her beauty, thinking about her beauty and appreciating her beauty. Right? So this is what happens when people are sincerely in love. The mind is completely engrossed in the object of the love, in that which they love. So Ramchandraji was completely thinking all the time of Sita Mata, and that is his way of expressing his love. Then he explained to his Guruji everything that transpired, and he was completely open. He had full trust in his Guru and in his respected elders. This is the nature of how we should engage with our Guru and with our trusted elders. I shouldn't keep anything secret from my mother and my father. I must be open with them because I trust them completely. क्योंकि उनका सरल स्वभाव है, छल तो उसे छूता भी नहीं है. And why was he so open? Because he was straightforward and simple, and this deceit does not even touch him. He can't even think of being deceitful. So he was completely open, and he related everything to Guruji. Sumana pai muni puja kinhi. And the Muni Vishwamitra, on receiving the flowers that Ram and Lakshman went to bring, Sumana pai Muni puja kinhi. He did puja. So Vishwamitra did puja. What kind of puja did he do if he was using flowers? He was offering the flowers, isn't that so? Where was he offering it? Did he perhaps have a murti there? Possible. Lots of people carry their Shaligram murtis with them wherever they go and they worship. So in other words, he offered the flower on a murti, or he offered it somewhere in front of him, thinking of Bhagwan, thinking that Bhagwan is present there. He offered a flower and maybe other items too. But lots of people in the modern world will say, we don't believe in these rituals. But Vishwamitra himself is engaging in rituals. There is nothing wrong with ritual as long as it expresses how you feel towards Bhagwan. Okay? So Vishwamitra did puja, he engaged in ritual, he offered flowers, he worshipped Bhagwan, and after the puja, Puni Asis Duhu Bhaini Dini, then he gave them, both the brothers, Ashirvad, he blessed them. Right? What was the blessing? So firstly, let's understand this. The priority was to do puja first. Then he gave blessing. So before I am in a position to bless somebody, I myself must be blessed. So Vishwamitra ji worshipped Bhagwan so that he is blessed by Bhagwan. Then now he is ready to bless Ram and Lakshman. What blessing did he get? Sufala manorath ho tumhare. That may your desires be fulfilled. Manorath, man ka jo, whatever you are thinking, may that be fulfilled. It would suggest to me that Vishwamitra knew what Ram desired. How do you think he knew that? Because just in this previous line it says, Ram explained everything openly. He didn't keep any secret. He didn't hide anything. Right? Then what did they do? After they did puja now, remember this is the morning. Kari bho janu muni bar vigyani. Vigyani muni Vishwamitra ji bhojan karke. That means they, after doing puja, they had bhojan. They ate. Right? और कुछ प्राचीन कथाएं कहने लगे. And he began to relate some kathas relating to Bhagwan, kathas of the ancient times. So they spent the day listening to kathas. In other words, they were connecting with the Supreme through his kathas. They were connecting with Bhagwan by listening to his kathas. So our connection with Bhagwan must not end at the ritual worship. It must continue during the course of the day. In whatever we are doing, we should be thinking of Bhagwan, we should be listening to his kathas, and that we should be remembering him all the time. So by listening to his kathas, they were remembering him and they were connecting with Bhagwan. और दिन बीत गया और गुरुजी आज्ञा पाकर दोनों भाई संध्या करने चले. So like this they spent the entire day, and before they knew, the time had elapsed and it was time for them to do the sandhya. Sandhya is the worship that is done at morning, midday and evening. Okay, so the day has passed and it was time for them to do this worship, their sandhya. So Guru ki agya pakar, getting the permission, getting the direction from the Guru, they then went to do their sandhya. Prachi dishi sasi uyau suhava. Prachi dishi means in the east. Prachi means east. कि पूर्व दिशा में सुंदर चंद्रमा उदय हुआ, and in the east now it's evening, the beautiful moon had risen. तो श्री रामचंद्र जी ने उसे सीता के मुख के समान देखकर सुख पाया. When he saw the moon, Ramchandra ji saw in it the beauty of Sita's face, and it made him very happy. फिर मन में विचार किया, then in his mind he is thinking कि यह चंद्रमा सीता जी के मुख के समान नहीं है. This moon is not like the face of Sita. It says बहुरी विचारों की निमन माही सिय बदन सम हिमकर नाही. हिमकर नाही means the moon is not, चंद्रमा इतना सुंदर नहीं है जितना सीता जी है. Why did he say this? It says, and he gives the reason. जन्म सिंधु पुनि बंधु बिशु कि चंद्रमा खारे सिंधु से उगता है. It rises from the salty ocean. And Sita is not salty, she is sweet. Okay? फिर उसी समुद्र से उत्पन्न होने के कारण विष इसका भाई है. So if the moon rises from the ocean, which is salty, then the moon's brother is poison, because when the poison also came out of the ocean when they did Samudra Manthan. So Sita has got no connection with poison. Then he goes on to say, दिन में यह मलिन या शोभाहीन और निस्तेज रहता है. And during the day, this moon loses all its brilliance. और कलंकी है, and it has a dag, a stain on it. You know, they have this stain on the, or you can see the stain on the moon. And then he says, बेचारा गरीब चंद्रमा सीता जी के मुख की बराबरी कैसे पा सकता? How can this poor moon be equal to Sita ji's beauty? Because Sita ji does not have all of these flaws. She is not associated with poison. She is sweet. She doesn't have any stain on her character. And she is beautiful raat aur din, day and night, not only at night. So, you know, if a modern lover were saying things like this, he will actually, everything that he sees will remind him of Sita. But nothing will compare with the beauty of Sita. Right? Now, if I had Sri Ramchandraji said it so beautifully here, can you imagine if some modern lover were saying this, as you find in one of the songs, Kiska chehra ab main dekhu, tera chehra dekhkar. Whose face can I look at now after looking at yours? No, everybody else pales into insignificance. They do not come anywhere near your beauty. So this is where we're going to conclude today, just to say that all of us should see our own husbands, our own wives, as being the best for us. Nothing else must come anywhere near in comparison to them. No matter, even if they are as beautiful as the moon, in that other person who is as beautiful as the moon still must not compare with our wife or our husband. We conclude here. तथा विसर्जन होत है, सुनो वीर हनुमान, आसन को प्रभु जाइए, सिया सखा सहित भगवान सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय. भजन सब.
हे राम हे राम, हे राम हे राम, हे राम हे राम, हे राम हे राम. जग में साचो तेरा नाम, हे राम हे राम, हे राम हे राम. तू ही माता, तू ही पिता है, 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 तू ही तो है सबका स्वामी।
तू अंतर्यामी सबका स्वामी।
तू अंतर्यामी सबका स्वामी।
तू अंतर्यामी सबका स्वामी।
तेरे चरणों में चारों धाम। तू ही बिगाड़े तू ही सवारे।
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 इस जग के सारे काम तू ही जगदाता विश्व विधाता।
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 तू ही सुबह तू ही शाम। कोई जब फूल चढ़ाए तेरे नाम गाए, जो मन में दीप जलाए। मेरी शारदा मेरी माँ, मेरी शारदा मेरी माँ। कोई जब फूल चढ़ाए तेरे नाम गाए, जो मन में दीप जलाए। मेरी शारदा मेरी माँ, मेरी शारदा मेरी माँ। शारदे माँ तेरे रूप हजार, शारदे माँ तेरे रूप हजार। शारदे माँ पुकारे तो शक्ति माता आए, शारदे माँ पुकारे तो शक्ति माता आए। कोई जब फूल चढ़ाए तेरे नाम गाए, जो मन में दीप जलाए। मेरी दुर्गा मेरी माँ, मेरी दुर्गा मेरी माँ। दुर्गे माँ तेरे रूप हजार, दुर्गे माँ तेरे रूप हजार। दुर्गा माँ पुकारे तो काली माता आए, दुर्गा माँ पुकारे तो काली माता आए। कोई जब फूल चढ़ाए तेरे नाम गाए, जो मन में दीप जलाए। मेरी लक्ष्मी मेरी माँ, मेरी लक्ष्मी मेरी माँ। लक्ष्मी माँ तेरे रूप हजार, लक्ष्मी माँ तेरे रूप हजार। लक्ष्मी माँ पुकारे सरस्वती माता आए, लक्ष्मी माँ पुकारे सरस्वती माता आए। कोई जब फूल चढ़ाए तेरे नाम गाए, जो मन में दीप जलाए। मेरी अम्बे मेरी माँ, मेरी अम्बे मेरी माँ। जगदीश हरे, स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे। भक्त जनों के संकट, दास जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। जो ध्यावे फल पावे, दुख बिन से मन का, स्वामी दुख बिन से मन का। सुख संपत्ति घर आवे, सुख संपत्ति घर आवे, कष्ट मिटे तन का। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। मात पिता तुम मेरे, शरण गहूँ किसकी, स्वामी शरण गहूँ किसकी। तुम बिना और न दूजा, तुम बिना और न दूजा, आस करूं मैं जिसकी। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। तुम पूर्ण परमात्मा, तुम अंतर्यामी, स्वामी तुम अंतर्यामी। पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर, पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर, तुम सबके स्वामी। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। तुम करुणा के सागर, तुम पालन करता, स्वामी तुम पालन करता। मैं मूरख खल कामी, मैं सेवक तुम स्वामी, कृपा करो भरता। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। तुम हो एक अगोचर, सबके प्राणपति, स्वामी सबके प्राणपति। किस विधि मिलूं दयामय, किस विधि मिलूं दयामय, तुमको मैं कुमति। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। दीन बंधु जो करता तुम ठाकुर मेरे, स्वामी तुम ठाकुर मेरे। अपने हाथ उठाओ, अपने शरण लगाओ, द्वार पर तेरे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। विषय विकार मिटाओ, पाप हरो देवा, स्वामी पाप हरो देवा। श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ, श्रद्धा प्रेम बढ़ाओ, संतन की सेवा। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। तन मन धन सब है तेरा, सब है तेरा, स्वामी सब कुछ है तेरा। तेरा तुझको अर्पण, तेरा तुझको अर्पण, क्या लागे मेरा। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे। भक्त जनों के संकट, दास जनों के संकट, दिल में दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
ॐ कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। ॐ मङ्गलं भगवान् विष्णु, मङ्गलं गरुडध्वज, मङ्गलं पुण्डरीकाक्ष, मङ्गलाय तनोहरि। ॐ सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके, शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोऽस्तुते। नारायणी नमोऽस्तुते। नारायणी नमोऽस्तुते। ॐ यानि कानि च पापानि जन्मान्तरकृतानि च तानि तानि विनश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिणा पदे पदे। ॐ सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु, सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु, सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु, सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु, सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय, तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय, मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते, पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ अपराधसहस्राणि क्रियन्ते अहर्निशं मया, दासोऽयमिति मामत्वा क्षमस्व परमेश्वर। आवाहनं न जानामि, न जानामि विसर्जनं, पूजां चैव न जानामि, क्षम्यतां परमेश्वर। अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति, त्वमेव शरणं मम, तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्षित्वां परमेश्वर। बोलो श्री गणेश भगवान की जय, श्री सीतारामचंद्र भगवान की जय, श्री लक्ष्मण जी की जय, श्री हनुमान स्वामी बजरंग बली की जय, श्री राधे कृष्ण भगवान की जय, श्री लक्ष्मी नारायण भगवान की जय, शिव शंकर भगवान पार्वती माता की जय, गंगा माता की जय, जमुना माता की जय, गौरी माता, काली माता, दुर्गा माता, लक्ष्मी माता, सरस्वती माता की जय। ओम नमः पार्वती पते, हर हर महादेव हर। जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे श्याम। जय सिया राम।